And if we're honest, as we consider this role of the Holy Spirit in our lives, there is great potential for us to be discouraged, because we are well aware of too many areas in our lives that are not under the Spirit's influence. And so I want to make sure we catch one more element of today's passage. We've looked at its message. Let's look more closely at its messenger. In the book of Acts, there are 19 significant speeches explaining the Christian faith. Peter made 8 of those 19. His words in today's passage are our first recorded sermon after Jesus returned to heaven. Peter was the man of the moment in this passage, effectively explaining what God was doing in that moment. But this was the same Peter who often said the wrong thing during Jesus' ministry, was even rebuked on one occasion by Jesus for what he said. This is the same Peter who denied that he knew Jesus 3 times, even after boasting he would never do such a thing, and then wept bitterly. This is the same Peter who was a seemingly uneducated fisherman when Jesus got a hold of him. Friends, if God could bring about this much change in Peter, be encouraged by what the Holy Spirit can still do in our lives. Last week, when he began this series, our lead pastor, Tim, made this statement: the Holy Spirit is God's work in you to make things different. We know all too well our shortcomings and our limitations, where there is less of us than we would desire. But Peter is a wonderful example of God's power and God's desire to make things different in us for his glory. And so don't settle for just a trickle of the Holy Spirit's influence in your life. Live and interact with God in such a way that the Holy Spirit will be poured out in and through you.